Hello, hello, it's Carrie, So Much Glitter. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. If you've not done so yet, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and if I do share something that inspires you today, please like and share this video. Today, I'm doing a video as part of a collaboration, and that is going to be the story of Belladonna Holocraft for Lottie's Magic Attic, and it's an ATC card challenge, so all of the links are going to be below in the description, so you can go ahead and follow along, join the Facebook group. There's lots of prizes for you guys to earn and get some inspiration from others and just be part of a fun crafting community. Now, this challenge is meant to be just real easygoing, relaxing, and sparking some creativity, and each week there is a different theme. And so we are in the first week, and since it is an ATC challenge, we will be creating an ATC today. And the first week is going to be based on the freebie. So I'm doing this as the freebie. Go ahead and go in the Facebook group, see all the freebies that there are for this collaboration. This is a really fun collaboration to start something new, learn something new, and just kind of add to maybe your collection. I am using some printables from the ephemera part of the kit. So if you do so feel inclined to look that up on Tracy's Etsy shop, you can purchase anything you want, and then I have a few things from my stash. So the theme of week one is to try something new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start trimming down my ATC base, which is right over here. Tracy made that nice and easy for us, but I am going to add to it just a little bit since I am trying something new as the theme of week one goes. I am new to the ATC world, and if you follow me every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you'll kind of know that I've dabbled a little bit in ATCs, but not a whole lot. So I am going to use her base, but I am also going to use something from my stash. And so with the theme of the week, it being trying something new, I like to make my ATC bases out of playing cards. And so I do just kind of have this in my stash. I've used these before. I got this at Five Below for $1, so I might as well. I do like covering up the playing cards. I really like using this because I don't have to like dip into my stash of cardstock paper, and this adds a really good foundation. And in the spirit of trying something new, I am going to make a double-sided ATC. And I'm also going to be adding some things from my stash to make it more of a mixed media ATC. So that's something a little bit more unconventional than regular ATCs. But I thought, you know what? So getting into this collaboration and following along, my glue does seem to be a little bit clogged. So, but anyway, so getting into that spirit, I thought, let's just kind of dive in and do something new. I've seen some really great things come out of week one creators and the videos and everyone that's playing along. Now remember, if you do want to be eligible for any of the prizes, you're going to put a picture of your ATC in Lottie's Magic Attic Facebook group. And as I said, the description box is below. And then you're going to want to use the week one mark, which I believe is torn paper. So everything is here in the freebie. You can use everything here in the freebie, right? So I am going to cover this up, but what I do have from my stash, which is going to be a little bit of fun, is I have some tea-dyed paper, and I printed some background from this Belladonna, the Professor Belladonna Holocraft. I did print some of the background paper from that on my tea-dyed paper. I sometimes just like to do that. I know it doesn't really make a difference because here's my original tea-dyed paper. Here is the background. If you just wanted to do this on white paper, you could, but I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I am just going to trace this. So I did measure my playing card. My playing card is a standard 2.5 by 3.5. And just so happens that is what the dimensions of a standard ATC card are. So I thought, you know what, let's just make this double-sided. Let's make this a little bit fun. And let's try something new, right? So I'm going to cut this down. And if I'm bumping the camera, my apologies. I'm trying to stay in frame. And this is after work when I'm filming this, and my cat is like running around playing. So she's kind of into the cords below me, and I'm just trying to stay focused. And if you've watched Tracy's video, from Lottie's Magic Attic, she talks about, and I did cut this just a little bit short, but you know what? I'm just going to leave it like this, and I'm probably going to ink up around it, so that's okay. Having like cat hair and dog hair and in the craft room. And it's so funny because I was watching Peach Domino's video on Peach Domino's channel, right here in the collaboration for week 1 as well. And Nate said the same thing. So it's just like, oh, I don't feel so bad. So I'm going to put this, just kind of set that aside. So now I have 2 sides to my, I could have used Fabri-Tac is what I really could have done, but I didn't do that. But I am going to kind of try to zhuzh up both sides of this. And if you want a spot to put all of your ATCs from this collaboration, Tracy has a wonderful kit over on her Etsy that you can create, and it's just like a pocketbook, an ATC pocketbook if you want to do that. I'm going to add these ATCs to a journal that I already have going on. So I'm probably going to use these as flip outs, you know, tuck spots, like whatever, but I'm really excited to take part in this and play along with you guys. Okay, so now I have both of my ATC covered up, and this is more of like the mixed media part because this is a tea dye, and this side is a smooth part because I did print this out. Since I am going to be using things from the ephemera kit, I kind of want to stick with the theme of one of my journals that I have going on. I would like to use this round picture from the kit, and there's a bunch of books on there, and I'm just gonna cut around this the best I can. But I do have a fun book lovers journal going on. I actually have 2 fun book loving journals going on, but one of them is specifically from Lottie's Magic Attic. Tracy did such a great job creating that kit. So I created that live on my New Year's Eve streamathon if you want to go watch that. And then you can kind of see more of Tracy's beautiful design work and kind of how this season of the mark can fit in to this wonderful ATC collaboration. So I am going to get out my brushed corduroy, and I am going to look for my blending brush, and I'm just kind of ink up around the edge of it a little bit. And we're just going to start decorating our ATC. Now I want to use a little bit of a mixed media feel on my ATC because I've not done that before. I've only kept an ATC like strictly paper. So I have some ribbon to the side of me. I have some buttons. Like, let's see where this takes us. I'm hoping to make this a pretty quick project for you. I can make any simple project very complicated, just so you know, because as crafters, you know, we can do that, right? We can zhuzh everything up and make it as complicated or as simple as we want. So that's going to be the beauty of this fun collaboration for the month of March 2026, is you can make it as calm, relaxing, simple as you want, or we can make it as complicated as we want, right? Okay, so let's see if I want to put this on the back. I'm thinking to put it over here on this side, and we'll kind of zhuzh up the front of it. I do want to use maybe some of the flowers from in here. I think I like the purple or the yellow. I like both of, actually I like them all. So let's see what we come up with. I think the white's going to blend in a little bit too much, although I think that that is super, super pretty. We could use both of these if we want. I'm just going to kind of cut around it, and then I'm going to ink around it. And if you're not a big fussy cutter, you don't have to be. like I said, this can be as simple or as complicated as you want to make it. You don't need to have like an elaborate ATC. And since I am new kind of to the ATC world, which is an artist trading card, if you don't already know, I feel like I'm the last one in the crafting world to know. So I feel like everyone else is just like, oh yeah, like you haven't done that yet, or but I just think this will be kind of fun to put that there. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the yellow one because I might use the yellow one on the other side. And I'm just going to take elements from this wonderful kit. And if you don't know the story of Professor Holocraft, you can watch Tracy's video. She reads the story to you. She created this very meaningful, elaborate story that's very in-depth, and I'm very, very impressed by it. Okay, so let's see that I'm in frame. We have the yellow or we have the purple. I like the purple over here. So I'm going to ink this up just a little bit, and I am going to probably flip over my sheet of paper. Gonna get this out, and I'm just gonna kind of ink up around it, and all I'm doing is like basically cleaning off my brush. That's all I'm doing. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. We want to build it up with a few different elements, and since we want to put the mark of torn paper on it, we could do that any way that we want. I'm gonna use this blue right here, I think. But now I'm looking at these, I kind of like those, but I think that might match too much with my tea dye. So let's figure this out. Let's just kind of figure this out together. I know when I watched on Nate's video on his Peach Domino channel, he did a really good torn paper like element, and I just think it was so clever. So you want to go check that out. There's a few of us collaborators here. I think there's between 7 and 8 of us. What I'm going to do is I am going to tear that. I am going to get some of my Tim Holtz cello tape and take that from my stash. See, we could just kind of add and build and like whatever we want to do. But I want you to know that it's a little bit torn. And I'm just going to take this, and I do this a lot in journals. I'm just going to take it and kind of put it right there. We're just building up around it. I don't want to put too much in front of the window with the book, because this just looks like a perfect escape to sit and relax and you know, kind of do whatever we want to do, and how she can mix up those potions and spells or whatever she's doing, right? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on the first side. And I'm not going to have like a right side or a wrong side, or, you know, it'll just kind of be what it'll be. Now, a lot of these artist trading cards are for artists to trade, obviously. And so one portion you can put your information on. The next side, like one side you put your information on, and one side you do a design on. So everyone knows kind of what your designs are all about, what your art is about, and you trade it with other artists, probably at crops, or you know, you want to use these as business cards if you're doing craft fairs, whatever. So that's, we could make a spot on the other side for information if we wanted to. I know a lot of creators that like making the artist trading cards like in bulk, and then go putting them out as like random acts of kindness, which I think is really cool. I have these buttons. I'm going to put a button right here is what I'm going to do. And so I just purchased these buttons not too long ago, so it really gives me an excuse to kind of dive into my stash. Dive into the stash, and that's just where that's going to go. I am going to use my Fabri-Tac for that. And other than that, I'm just going to kind of leave this side where this side will be. I probably should wait for the button now, I'm realizing. But I'm going to go for it. I am going to go for it, and I'm just going to kind of put the button right there. And that should adhere in no time. And then I'm going to cut out some different elements on the other side. And so now as we start stacking up this artist trading card, or we could just leave it like that, and there's our information. We, you know, do whatever we want. And since I am putting this in a journal, I could leave it that way, or I could keep going. I'm going to choose to keep going just a little bit. I really like the candle aspect of it, because I think candles and books, I love books. So I'm going to do this one and that one. We could do this one all together, but this is going to go in my book journal. So that's what I'm going to do. And I wish you guys the best of luck in winning prizes in the Facebook group and learning something new and discovering a lot of new creators. I just think that that is like probably the funnest part of collaborations. Okay, so I'm not going to get too fussy about cutting off the wispy part of the plant. I am cutting those off. So if you don't like that and you want to get very detailed about it, go ahead and do what you want to do. That's part of this fun collaboration. Like I said, you post in the Facebook group, and she's going to have it labeled week 1, week 2, and you'll see the thumbnail in the Facebook group. And that's in the albums tab of her of the section of the group. And I've seen people doing a lot of great things. Another fun thing that you can do with ATCs, though, just as kind of an idea if you're a little bit newer to the world like I am, is you can put these on card fronts, which I really like that idea. I really like creating a bunch of ATCs, which I have done before, and then just kind of putting them in my stash and then putting them on card fronts. And they're really good for A2 cards or 5x7 cards. So remember, an A2 card is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and a 5x7 is a 5x7. So you can have like a fun border around it, or you can put your ATC on the card and then kind of build up the card from there. You know, however you want to do that, but that, I just find that to be a lot of fun. Okay, I'm going to probably have a little bit of difficulty with the flame, but it's okay. Now let me know in the comments below that you stopped by and that you're watching, because I'm really glad that you're here. And if you have done ATCs before, is this new to you? Is this old to you? Like, I don't really want to dim the color that she did the candle for, but I do want to maybe cover up any imperfections with the inking on the back, and I do want to make it stand out on my card. So you see all of this ephemera, there's so much ephemera left. I'm gonna play with this throughout the whole month. I'm just gonna play with it through the whole month. And then the freebies, you're gonna get a week 1 freebie, a week 2 freebie. I'm gonna set this aside so I don't lose it, and I'm gonna try to set my trash aside. And I'm gonna go ahead and get out some ribbon. I did purchase this at Hobby Lobby because I like to purchase these little ribbon, you know, these little ribbon, I don't know what to call them, little ribbon bundles. I like to purchase them because you get like a lot of different ones, and it's ribbon I probably wouldn't purchase like a whole spool of or something normally, right? I'm really liking this because I just am, but I don't know if, oh, I really like this as well. Like, this is very, that's fun, right? That's a lot of fun. Let's see. I think we have a lot of softer colors maybe with this. So let's just kind of, that's a little bit maybe too girly. And there's thick ribbon, thin ribbon, you know, like whatever you want. It's like just a lot. So I like these, and I find them for $5.99 to be worth it. Oh, I do like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna cut off some of this. I didn't even measure it. And I'm just gonna kind of make this like a little border. probably like a little border on top and a little border on bottom. And then I'm going to put these in like a little cluster. I could use this one too, so it would make like a perfect little cluster. So that's what we're going to do. And remember, because I glued down the button, so this isn't going to evenly sit, I like to put my Fabri-Tac on, not the fabric or the material itself necessarily, but I like to put it on the base of where I want to glue it, just because it's a little bit easier for me to manage than getting all of this glue everywhere and like trying to manage it that way. So I'm just going to clean off my brush again. Right over here, trying to stay in frame because I'm not really paying attention to that. So shame on me, sorry. Sorry, so if I'm not in frame, you can kind of yell at me below, be like, hey lady, next time pay attention. It's been quite the day for me. So I started out with meetings like I always do, and then, you know, I have to end with my supervisory duties. And I'm not necessarily going to make this even. And I think there is a right way and a wrong way here, and I think I used the wrong way over there, so like, that's okay. No worries. Anyway, so I'm not necessarily going to make it even because this is an ATC card. So it being an artist trading card and me trying something new on this project is just going to be a little bit fun and funky maybe, you know? Every ATC I create is going to be just a little bit different. This will be the only video that I am doing in this collaboration, but I am going to be playing along with you guys, so I want you guys to join in the Facebook group. See, I'm just going to kind of put this as a cluster down here or along the side, and then we could write our information. We could do anything we want right there, right? I just kind of want to get an idea of how we would want it. So that's what we're going to do for there. I'm going to start with gluing the flowers down first. And are you enjoying? Okay, now we're clogged again a little bit. I need to clean this out. I just really need to take my time, take the whole lid off, run it under hot water, soak it under hot water. Like, that's what I need to do. But I have not taken the time to do that. So here we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the glue just a little bit so we get it all over everything. When you're in a pinch, you need to improvise, right? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put these a little bit at a different angle. And if this continues to do this, I'm going to have to get out my big bottle of glue or just finish it off with my Fabri-Tac, which is, I mean, you can do that. I know Fabri-Tac is for fabric, fabric and buttons, anything that's not paper really, but you can definitely use it for paper. You just need to be careful because it will wrinkle your paper. So just be mindful about that if you get yourself in like a predicament like I have. And I'm just going to make this right here. And let's try to get as much glue on here as we can. There we go. Now I have too much glue on here, so it's never going to be just a happy, perfect little scenario, right? Okay, so just going to kind of tilt this off to the side. I could have raised them up. I could have raised them down. That is my ATC, guys. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit around me, show you what we did. We have the kit, we have the freebie. You do not need to purchase anything to take part in this collaboration, in this fun challenge. And it's just really meant for you to learn something new, find a fun crafty community that Tracy has developed over there at Lottie's Magic Addict. I really enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it as well. Don't forget to go into the Facebook group and grab your freebie. Like I said, no purchase necessary for this. So this is one side. There's no right or wrong side of my ATC. And remember, I did use a playing card as the base. And what I'm doing is trying something new in this is I used a little bit of a mixed media, I would say, because it's a little bit different textures and things that I've never done on ATCs. And another new thing that I did is I made a double-sided ATC. So we have room right there to put in our artist information for trading, journaling space, whatever we want. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're hopping along on this collaboration and you're really enjoying it. Let me know what you think of the ATC challenge and if you are going to be playing along for the next few weeks. I hope you guys take time for yourselves and take part in some self-care and just take a break and be kind and gentle, and let's get to crafting. Bye guys.